Boy, you don't have to be showing your stuff. Okay. All right. That's enough.
We tryna see the whole world. I can give you the whole world. Didn't see it in this world. They telling me my little boy gon' be a whole girl.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Key with the keys. This is KO with the keys. And we're gonna get into it. It's been a minute since we did an informational video. Ouch. Why do you do that? Last time we had an informational video, it was about going to the chiropractor during your pregnancy. This time I'm gonna be talking about, sir. This time I'm gonna be talking about, sir, stop and wipe my camera off. Sir. Okay, we're gonna be talking about the benefits of the munchkins going to the chiropractor. Taking your baby to the chiropractor can help enhance your child's mobility. It can help enhance their bodily functions, but relax, like their digestive system, and it helps to boost their immune system. It helps to support their physical development. Their bodies are going through a whole lot, especially coming up out of the cavity, which is you know me. They're contorted and squished in your stomach for so long. Whenever they come out, you know, it's a lot to try to get comfortable and make sure that your head is going one way when it was squished the other way the whole time, to help with like the mobility of their neck and stuff like that. This is also to make sure that they don't develop any spinal issues or anything like that. I took him, I'll add in like the picture of him there, but I don't have like a video or anything like that. I wasn't really into doing YouTubes at that time, but they don't really adjust them. They like, what she did was she like, oh, come here. Okay, so you see his back right here? Hold on. Okay, so she would get his back and like push and move it a certain way, and then the same thing with his neck, and then she would get his, let me see, sit like this like a baby. She would get his legs and like move them in such a way, and like, you know, just adjust. It wasn't like a real adjustment like they do the same way that they do adults. Relax. They're not like cracking and stuff like that. They're not doing all that. There's like literally nothing to worry about with your baby going to the chiropractor. Boom. Another benefit is that it helps boost their recovery after birth. The process of birth can actually affect your baby's nerves. So taking them to the chiropractor where they're getting these like gentle movements done to them, or like manipulations, I guess you could say, it can help ease the nerves and get everything aligned how it's supposed to be. Correct. What's crazy is nerve dysfunction can cause a lot of things. It can cause reflux, like acid reflux whenever they eat, breathing and sleeping difficulty, colic symptoms. So colic can also be associated with an immature like gastro system that can lead to gas buildup and indigestion buildup. Whenever this gas gets like trapped in your baby's body, that causes a lot of pain and discomfort. If your baby has colic, you need to take them to the chiropractor ASAP, because that can get resolved, like, and you won't have to deal with that, the baby won't have to deal with that, and everybody will be happy. Whenever the chiropractor does all those gentle movements and manipulations to their bodies, it helps stimulate their nerve flow to their smaller intestine, and then it helps be able to push gas and liquid through. And I don't know if people know this or not. I definitely didn't know this. Maybe I should have. The spine actually affects the immune system. Like when there's any misalignment in the nervous system, in the pathway or anything like that, it'll get irritated and it'll start to impact all the systems in the body, including the immune system. Whenever they get chiropractic care, everything gets aligned so that doesn't happen. Am I right? Exactly. So it can also help with GERD, which is gastroesophageal, I think that's how you say that, gastroesophageal reflux disease. So GERD causes acid reflux to back up into the esophagus, which is really painful. It can cause like them to be throwing up and stuff like that, and we don't want that. The chiropractor, with those manipulations to the neck and the spine, they can stimulate the nervous system, and it helps improve the control of the upper valve to the stomach, which can stop the reflux. So So another thing it can help with is breastfeeding. My breastfeeding moms. So this is for you. This can help with latching. So if you are having difficulties with your baby latching, like within their first week of born, take them to the chiropractor. I took Kale within 48 hours of him being born, and she was like ready to see him the second he popped out. Like she could have seen him right then and there. She said that she went to like birthing centers and hospitals for babies the same day that they were born. So they can see them as early as the day they're born and whenever, you know, you feel necessary. So what the chiropractors do is they feel and manipulate the spine. So she had me feed him to see, you know, his positioning and what was right and what wasn't right. And then she went from there, and that's whenever she started touching on his back and stuff like that. You can also manipulate their jaws to see if there's a correction needed for the proper breastfeeding technique. And it can help ease your baby's fatigue while they're eating. It can help sleeping difficulties. So as I mentioned before, you know, the birthing process, that's a really stressful moment for the baby. That can help to stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system to help allow the baby's nervous system to, you know, be calm and allow them to get rest when they need to. It can help to treat and prevent ear infections. Chiropractors help with that by draining the tube, and the way they do that is they manipulate the muscles around the tube. Now, I'm not saying this is the only thing that you need to do for an ear infection, but I'm saying it can help, and it can unblock anything, and it can help prevent anything further from happening. I'm not saying don't get your baby checked or not to go to anybody else. Don't go just to a chiropractor. Get some other help if you need to, okay? Okay, so it helps to boost the immune system, because, you know, when the spinal cord and the nervous system are both working how they're supposed to, the body's able to fight off pathogens in a better and more effective manner. Because if the baby is adjusted early in life, it can help to better protect them from any infections and allergens. And it can also help them just be less fussy and irritable, maybe because they're tired, but it might also be some mechanical restrictions from their spine that they need to get released. They can't talk to you and tell you, oh, I got a headache. Can you help me? My back hurts. I can't sleep. They can't tell you nothing. So, you know, you gotta do stuff to make sure that they're good and you're good, because if they're not good, you're not. So them going to chiropractor can help with torticollis or something like that, which is whenever like the baby's neck is like, I guess, more on one side than the other, or like leaning more on one side than the other, because that's how they were in the womb. So whenever they go to the chiropractor, they can make sure that the baby feels comfortable going to both sides, and it can help allow the neck to grow properly. It can help decrease the injuries in toddlers. Y'all know how clumsy toddlers are, so to help prevent any injuries, you continue to get them chiropractic care. Chiropractic adjustments can help with cysts. It's like an unknown thing, like nobody knows the cause of it. However, hear me out. A study found that the upper misalignments might be the first trigger to leading to cysts. So children or babies or infants with these misalignments at C1 and C2. So I don't know all the, you know, technical medical terms and stuff like that. C1 and C2 are vertebrae that function together to give your head flexibility and let your, you know, neck do the swivel thing and all that. Children with C1 and C2 misalignments are at a greater risk for getting SIDS. The chiropractor can just make sure that those things are in line, so it can help prevent SIDS. Like, it's all coming together and making sense why they should be going to the chiropractor. It's just a safer way to live out here for your baby. So I'm not telling you to go to the chiropractor. I'm informing you of why it's a good idea to go to the chiropractor. I'm trying to, you know, get some insight on that, but I'm not trying to force that upon y'all. I'm not trying to make it seem like if you don't go to the chiropractor, you know, you're not doing it how you're supposed to be doing it. None of that. I'm just trying to inform, okay? And I'm trying to tell y'all what I did and how it helped, and that helped ease my neurotic thoughts about KO. So, you know, I'm just trying to help, okay? If you found this helpful, if you like seeing us, If you want to see or hear some more, please like, subscribe, comment on the video. And we gonna keep it rolling. Bye bye. Bye bye.
It's been a long